But you do have to be caring, understanding, loving, and patient. It's an unsettling time for everyone, but children still need a safe and secure environment. So don't overwhelm them with endless news items or problems. Keep them gainfully occupied and amused, exercised and rested. Protect our children.
A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Student of the Madia Secondary School reportedly started a fire that claimed the lives of 18 girls and a 5-year-old boy. It is unclear if the girl is in police custody at this time. Investigations so far reveal that a female student is suspected of having set the devastating fire because her cellular phone was taken away by the dorm mother, Carlota Williams, and the teacher. Several of the students were interviewed in the presence of a probation officer and statements were taken. The report on the fire will be sent today to the Director of Public Prosecutions, Shalimar Ali Haq, for legal advice. At the time of the fire, there were 57 female students in the dormitory, which is a one-flat concrete building measuring about 100 feet by 40 feet, with several windows, all grilled and with 5 doors. Firefighters and public-spirited persons had to break the walls of the dorm to free the girls that were trapped in the inferno. In addition to the 9 girls who were flown to the city on Monday following the devastating fire, Region 8, that should be President Ali, on Tuesday announced that in relation to those who survived, preparation has been made for them to be flown to Georgetown for further medical assessment. And in other news, Kaieteur Solutions disclosed this week that it has been awarded a sizable contract from ExxonMobil's affiliate, Esso, to provide dynamic and static subsea umbilical for the Waru project offshore Guyana. According to a statement, the contract is valued between $46 million and $140 million. The contract includes the delivery of 3 dynamic and 7 static umbilicals totaling over 52 kilometers in length. Project execution, engineering and manufacturing will take place at the Kaieteur Solutions facility in Mobile, Alabama. We understand that the work will begin immediately and delivery is planned for the first quarter of 2026. The Waru project will produce 812 million barrels of oil from the Stabroek Block and is expected to cost Guyana $12.7 billion. And in other news, Africa's anti-corruption legend Patrick Lock Otenyo Lumumba is scheduled to make an auspicious virtual appearance on the Glenn Lal Show on May 27th. Kaieteur News publisher Glenn Lal will engage the African leader on a number of topical issues that are of national importance. Lumumba is a Kenyan who served as the director of the Kenya Anti-Corruption Commission from September 2010 to August 2011. Since 2014, Lumumba has been the director of the Kenya School of Law. An eloquent lawyer, Lumumba earned his LLB and LLM degrees at the University of Nairobi. His LLM thesis is titled National Security and Fundamental Rights. Additionally, Lumumba holds a PhD in Laws of the Sea from the University of Ghent in Belgium. He is also revered for his contributions in fighting corruption in an environment where all odds were stacked against him. And moving on, the board for the Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative has agreed to several changes to its standard, one of which includes a new demand for countries to explain their rationale for fast-tracking oil and mining licenses. The full list of rules that comprise the 2023 EITI standard will be launched on June 13th at the EITI's upcoming global conference in Dakar, Senegal. The board, in a statement, explained that the updated requirements for the 2023 EITI standard have been agreed upon by representatives of countries, companies, and civil society organizations participating in the EITI board. The board also notes that the 2023 EITI standard strengthens disclosures and governance requirements to improve understanding of the impact of the energy transition, address corruption risks, promote gender equity, and strengthen revenue collection. In other news, Chief Prison Officer attached to the Ghana Prison Service, Patrick Perry, on Monday lost his life after the motor car he was driving crashed into a sand heap along the Melanie Public Road on the east coast of Demerara. According to information, the fatal accident occurred just around 23 hours 55, and it was reported that 36-year-old Perry was heading west along the southern side of the Melanie Public Road, reportedly at a fast rate, when he lost control of his vehicle while negotiating a left bend on the road. As a result, the vehicle collided with a heap of sand stationed on the southern parapet and toppled several times. Perry was flung from his vehicle and landed on the roadway. Just before we head to a short break, let's tell you, an 84-year-old woman of Sideline Dam, Buxton, East Coast Demerara, was on Tuesday afternoon killed after a garbage truck owned by Sivon's Waste Management reversed and ran over her. The woman was identified as Elaine Williams and was reportedly killed on the spot just a few meters away from her home. Meanwhile, the driver of the truck, identified as Timothy Franklin Baines, is presently hospitalized and under police guard after residents from the area dealt him several lashes for running over Williams. Investigations continue. You're listening to Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 and 99.5 FM. This is the news at noon. We'll return shortly after the break.
This is GHK Lal inviting you to join me weekdays from Monday to Friday on the National Outlook for commentary on a range of issues, immediately after the 12 noon and 7 p.m. newscasts on Kaieteur Radio at 99.1 FM and 99.5 FM. Looking forward to you sharing in the conversation.
Welcome back. A concrete beam fell on a laborer on Tuesday at around 10 hours 45 and killed him in Buddy's compound located on Sheriff Street, Georgetown. The man was identified by his workmates only as Kevin of Sophia, Greater Georgetown. Kevin, along with his colleagues, was involved in construction work on the building when tragedy struck. One man said he had left to go to a nearby shop and upon returning noticed that part of the building had caved in. He called out for Kevin but got no response. He subsequently saw him motionless and partially buried underneath concrete slabs. His upper body appeared to have been crushed underneath the concrete. Investigations are ongoing to determine what could have caused the concrete beam to collapse. A Friendship, East Coast Demerara man was on Monday killed in a two-vehicle smash-up in the vicinity of Hillfoot Susdyke Linden Highway. Dead is 23-year-old Joel Alexander. According to police, Alexander met his demise just around 16 hours 50. The accident involved his motor car and a motor lorry owned by Alabama Equipment Rental and Transportation Service, which was driven at the time by Sudesh Rohit. Rohit told investigators that the lorry was traveling east along the northern side of the road when the car, which was heading in the opposite direction, overtook a white car and ended up in the lorry's path. The truck driver said upon seeing this, He pulled to the left to avoid a collision, but the two vehicles collided despite his effort. Rohit remains in custody, assisting with investigations. And it is time to close off your news at noon by turning the pages of today's Kaieteur News to page 7, dedicated to being blunt. Let us pause. How we dignify our dead emphasizes our humanity. How we respect them reflects how we respect ourselves. We pause for a poignant moment for these children. We hurt for their parents. We reach out to support family, community, and people. And that brings us to the end of today's News at Noon. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.